Go to the Voice of America website today, and this is what you'll find. Instead of live newscasts, streams show this, an inactive graphic, looping on repeat. This isn't a glitch. This is the visible impact of cuts and chaos inside the U.S. Agency for Global Media, also known as USAGM. But what is USAGM? Why does it matter? And why are millions suddenly without the news they trusted? The U.S. Agency for Global Media oversees several international broadcasters, including Voice of America, Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, Radio Free Asia, and the Middle East Broadcasting Networks. These outlets provide fact-based journalism in places where press is censored, controlled, or completely banned. Each week, USAGM reaches over 427 million people, making it one of the largest media networks in the world. Their mission is clear: to inform, engage, and connect people around the world in support of freedom and democracy. But in March 2025, that mission was disrupted. President Donald Trump issued an executive order titled Continuing the Reduction of the Federal Bureaucracy. The order cut off funding to USAGM and placed hundreds of employees on administrative leave. The stated reason? The agency was labeled unnecessary. But for millions around the world, this decision silenced an essential voice for truth. This wasn't the first time USAGM came under pressure. In 2020, President Trump appointed Michael Pack to lead the agency. Pack fired senior leaders, froze funding to journalism grants, and tried to interfere with editorial content. Critics, including former USAGM journalists, called it a political takeover. The U.S. courts later ruled that Pack had violated laws meant to protect the agency's independence. It was a warning shot, one that became real again in 2025. Let's look at what's at stake. Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, reports on Russia, Belarus, and Central Asia. Radio Free Asia provides news into China, Tibet, and North Korea. And the Middle East Broadcasting Networks bring trusted reporting to Arabic-speaking countries. These networks don't push U.S. policy. They report facts where facts are hard to come by. Plus, they're legally required to stay unbiased. And the truth is, Americans recognize the value of this type of journalism on a global scale. A 2025 Ipsos poll found that less than half of Americans supported executive orders to reduce or dismantle federal agencies, reflecting broader skepticism towards cuts to institutions like USAGM. Another survey found that 89% of Americans support keeping or increasing foreign aid, recognizing its role in diplomacy and global influence. This isn't just about budgets. It's about whether the US stands for free information or lets that mission fade, which leads to the courts stepping in. In April 2025, US District Judge Royce Lamberth blocked key parts of the executive order, ruling that the shutdown deprived millions of access to journalism and violated the legal protections of USAGM's employees. He ordered the agency to restore its staff and restart operations. But the damage isn't easily undone. The agency's future still hangs on political will. So what can we do? We remember that the fight for free press doesn't stop at our borders. USAGM gives voice to people silenced by dictators, propaganda, and fear. When we defund it, we don't just lose a program, we lose a principle.
And this is VOA's International Edition.